Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to Beer Geek Nation. I'm yours, Chris. Thank you so much for joining me once again for another beer review. And today, guys, we are looking at a big one again. This one is from Founders Brewing. This is their infamous KBS, 11.2% alcohol by volume. It's an imperial stout brewed with chocolate, coffee, aged in oak bourbon barrels for 1 year in a cave. So just to add that extra twist on there to really mellow it out. One of the most sought after beers in the beer world. One of probably the beer that really put Founders on the map and probably their most famous beer. Hard to come by. So if you find some, definitely pick some up. At this point, who knows though. So with that said, guys, let me get into a glass that you guys know how it smells, tastes, and give you the verdict on Founders KBS. All right, guys, so the appearance on the KBS, it poured an absolute midnight oil black. No light getting through it whatsoever. Very, very little head. The head that was on there was a dark brown, almost a reddish type of head on there with small bubbles. Dissipated super quick. It's a barrel-aged beer. It's 11%. I wouldn't expect a lot of head retention on this one. There's a decent amount of carbonation on there, getting lots of alcohol legs, leaving that kind of brown film on the glass like you like to see in a really good imperial stout. Just a classic looking imperial stout. All right, guys, the Aroma on KBS. It's such an awesome beer. First thing right at the front of the tongue, you're getting that chocolate bitterness, you're getting those coffee beans, espresso. Then all of a sudden you just get hit with a wave of vanilla, oaky, bourbon qualities. There's a nice kind of sweet, estery alcohol flavor to it, a nice roasted grain quality in there. A little bit of a sugary sweetness, kind of, again, coming from that vanilla character. Yeah, it's just a big, sweet, bourbony, warm-smelling beer. Just awesome stuff. All right, guys, the taste. Founders KBS. Cheers. Yeah, I mean, it's the same each year. It's just an awesome beer. Right at the front of the tongue, you're hit with a big, dark chocolate. I mean, the darkest chocolate you can find, bitterness. A little bit of coffee in the front as well. Middle of the mouth, you start to get more of that vanilla out of the bourbon barrel. You get the oakiness, you get more of the chocolate, but then you start to get kind of the sweetness in there. It becomes almost like a milk chocolate character to it. There's a nice kind of fruity ester quality in there as well. Big roasted notes, more coffee beans, more of that bourbon, kind of the woody, earthy character starts to blend with the sweetness in there as well. Sweet finish, aftertaste is more of big vanilla, that bourbon vanilla bean type of flavor, chocolate, coffee. Definitely getting a lot more coffee in the aftertaste in the actual mouth itself, but it's just a smooth, big, warming, bourbon-forward beer. It's just a really, really well-crafted, thought-out beer, and it lives up to its reputation. It really does. All right, guys, so the final verdict on the Founders KBS, 11.2% alcohol by volume. It's a 2012 bottle, I should mention that. Guys, I gotta give this one an A+. This is one of the few beers that really does live up to the hype and the trouble that you can go to find the bottle of this. It's almost a perfect imperial stout with big chocolate and coffee flavors, big viscous mouthfeel, pours like oil, and then to just add that perfect aging combination in the oak barrels, bourbon barrels in a cave for a year really helps to mellow out the alcohol, but infuses that awesome big vanilla bourbon characters. It's not too boozy like some barrel-aged stouts can be. It's just perfect. It's a perfectly well-crafted barrel-aged imperial stout, and I don't know for the money if you're gonna find a better one out there. It's just really, really awesome stuff. If you haven't, is it worth trading for? Absolutely. Is it as good as it's been in previous years? Absolutely, if not better. It's just an awesome beer, a great drinking beer. It's a conversation piece, just a sipping beer. Awesome stuff. I can go on about it for days. So getting an A+ for me, definitely check it out. Remember, folks, life is too short. Drink amazing beers. Cheers.